guys. Our beautiful board of doom says Pilates focus today. And with that, it's also power and strength. I'll let you guess the difficulty of today's class. Huh? Yes. For everybody on YouTube, Jerry's bullying me. I'm going to quit. With that, today's class will probably err on the 40-minute side of things because we're focusing on that power, which means we're going to do things a little bit slower. The strength, again, we're wanting to engage every muscle group that we believe should be activated at the time. If you are in pain, don't do that. So, with that, if you do feel like anything is too difficult at any point in time, this is week 3, so we will hit a new intensity level, hopefully. If not, yell at me later, and then I'll make the next class harder. But if anything is difficult, please feel free to make your own modifications. Ask me for a modification. I promise I don't bite. I won't yell at you. If it's too hard for you, it's probably too hard for somebody else in the room as well, so just feel free to speak up. It might be too hard for me, and I'm just trying to hide it. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started in that child's pose, leaving our knees wide on the mat. You're going to want to feel a deep stretch through your hips here, opening up your shoulders, walking your hands forward, taking deep breaths in and out. Letting go of any tension that's built up through the day. Bringing awareness to all 4 corners of your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feel your arms pressed into the mat. You might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold and repeat. Taking deep breaths. If you'd like to add a little bit of flow here, feel free to rock your hips side to side, wiggling them up just a little bit. Taking one more big, deep breath in, you're going to push yourself up on that exhale, finding your tabletop position. You want your knees stacked under your hips, shoulders stacked over your wrists, pushing through the heels of your palms. We're going to start that cat-cow series. So breathing in, arching your back upward, chest to sky. Exhale, arching down. It should feel like somebody's taking a string, pulling up by your belly button. Feel free to do this at your own breath, at your own pace. Making sure you're engaging your core. Really lifting through your abdominals, tilting your pelvis. Taking 2 more deep breaths. Next exhale, you're going to come back into neutral spine, making sure your core is still engaged here, just to hold yourself up, maintaining the knees below your hips. You're going to alternate an arm reach upward, trying to engage your traps, lifting through your shoulders, not with your joints, staying balanced through your abdominals. Slow and controlled, making sure you feel it in your shoulders. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Alternating your arms. For 2 more. Last one. We're going to go right into those bird dog crunches now. So you're going to lift up one arm, opposite leg. Take your elbow and drive your knee through, still using your abdominals to keep you steady. Lower them completely and alternating. Lifting through your glute, trying to stay straight the whole way through. And lower. Maintaining your breath. If you're a little shaky, that's okay too. Do this one more time. Last one, coming all the way down into tabletop, curling your toes beneath you, pressing through the heels of your palms, finding that downward dog. Really trying to drive your ribs through the tops of your legs. Finding a deep stretch through your shoulders, pedaling your feet if that feels comfortable to you. One more deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to walk your hands to your feet, finding that forward fold. Bending your knees if that feels right. Hanging here for one deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to roll your spine all the way up to standing, reaching your palms to the sky. Trying to find length through your fingertips. Taking little side bends to wake up your left and right side body. One more deep breath in. Exhale, walking your feet to the outside of your mat. Bring your hands down to prayer if that feels good to you. I'm going to go into some air squats, slowly lowering down, feeling this all the way through your glutes, just to the point of tension and coming all the way back up. Slowly lowering down to the point of tension and coming all the way back up with that exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, power, shooting all the way up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, coming all the way back up. Inhale, lower. Holding here. We're going to take little baby air squats, coming up and down, making sure your glutes are engaged the whole time. Slow and controlled. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way back up, reaching your fingertips to the ceiling, stepping your feet back to the center of your mat. 1 big deep breath in. And exhale, rolling back into your forward fold. You're going to take your hands, reaching them all the way to the mat, walking yourself forward, finding that high plank. Slowly coming down, using your triceps here. Finding chaturanga, pushing all the way up, upward facing dog for our first vinyasa of today's class. Deep breath in. Keeping your arms engaged. Try not to put too much pressure on your joints. Looking over your shoulders if that feels good. Just for a deeper stretch. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, lowering to your knees, curling your toes under. Pushing back, finding that downward dog. Still pushing through your shoulders. Driving your rib cage through the tops of your knees. Taking 1 deep breath in. Lifting your left leg up. Bringing it all the way up to the sky. Bending your knee, twisting your hips to the left wall. If that feels okay to you. If that feels too difficult, feel free to stay with that knee lifted high, keeping your legs straight. Still maintaining parallel lines with your chest to the ground. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, bringing your knee to your chest, slowly lowering down, coming into that pigeon pose. On every exhale, you're slowly trying to deepen that stretch. If you'd like to increase the intensity, feel free to walk your hands forward. Taking one more big deep breath in. Trying to increase that stretch just a little bit further. Try not to tilt your hips. Still want those facing the ground. On your next exhale, walking your hands back. Pushing up through the heels of your palms just a little bit. Stepping your foot back, finding that high plank. From here, you're going to lift your left leg straight, bending your knee. Exhale, tap your knee to the ground. Taking little pulses with these. Staying strong through your right leg. Keeping your core engaged. And also maintaining that breath. We're multitasking today. For 2 more. Last one. When you bring your knee to the ground, go ahead and set your left knee on the ground. From here, you're going to lift your left arm and right leg. And we're going to windshield wipe them. So bring them all the way out to the side, staying strong in your core. Using that right glute to maneuver your leg. You want to stay strong through that right arm as well. Try not to put too much pressure on your wrist or your shoulder. One more. Leaving your arm and your leg up in center. You're going to take little baby pulses here for 8. Lifting them both up and lowering down. Still staying strong through your core. Deep breaths. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Two more. And last one. Lower your arm and your leg to the ground. Bring your knees together and pushing back into a well-deserved child's pose. Circling your wrists if that feels comfortable to you. Deep breath in. And exhale, coming back up into that tabletop position, curling your toes underneath, pushing through the heels of your palms, finding another downward dog. Pedaling your feet if that feels comfortable. Taking one big deep breath. Walking your hands to your feet. Exhale, rolling your spine all the way up into standing, reaching your hands to the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale, walking your feet to the edge of the mat. Bring your hands down to prayer if your arms need a break. Or to your hips. We're going to do one little squat, engaging your glutes all the way down. Exhale, pushing up, lifting off, finding balance through your right leg, using your left glute to lift your left leg. We're going to do these for 6. Slow and controlled, making sure your glutes are on the whole time. Deep breath. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. For 2 more. And last one, using that breath. Coming all the way up. Opening your arms to left and right side. We're going to go into a few little taps of 8, lifting that left leg up to your arm. Deep breath in and lift. Should feel like a starfish, it's okay. And lift. Still finding balance through that right leg. The slower, the harder it gets. For 2 more. Deep breath. And last one. Lifting that right leg up and hugging it to your chest, finding balance through all 4 corners of your left foot. Deep breath in. Exhale, sending it back, finding a warrior 3. Slowly lowering down, finding a lunge. Holding here. Inhale, you're going to lower down, try not to fall. Exhale, lifting back up. Inhale, lower down. This is really going to test your balance. Slow and controlled. It's only for 4, I promise. Last one. And lowering back down. Lifting up through your right foot. Hooking it over the top of your left leg. Coming down, finding that standing pigeon pose. If this is uncomfortable for you, feel free to stay standing and stay in tree or tap. Just focus on that balance. Breathing here. Taking one big deep breath in. Staying strong through all 4 corners of your left foot. Exhale, lifting all the way back up. Dropping your foot back down. Reaching up to the sky. And rippling your spine all the way forward, finding that forward fold. Taking one big deep breath in. Exhale, bringing your palms back to the mat. Walking them forward until you reach a high plank. Going to take another vinyasa for today's class, slowly lowering yourself down using your triceps. Chaturanga, pushing up, upward facing dog, tops of your feet into the mat. Deep breath. Looking over your shoulder if you'd like that deeper stretch. Deep breath in. Exhale, lowering your knees down to the ground, finding that tabletop position. Curling your toes under and pushing right up into a downward dog. Again, trying to bring your rib cage through the tops of your legs. Feeling a deep stretch through your shoulders. Taking one big deep breath, lifting your right leg up, pointing it to the sky. Option to increase intensity here by bending your knee and lifting your hips, facing them to the right wall. Holding here, trying to keep your shoulders parallel to the ground. Taking one deep breath. Exhale, bringing your knee to your chest, slowly lowering down, finding that pigeon pose, walking your arms forward. Taking deep breaths, slowly trying to walk your hands just a little bit further on every exhale. Remembering to breathe so your body remembers it's okay to relax. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, walking your hands back to your body, pushing through the heels of your palms, lifting up, stepping back, finding that high plank one more time. When you're ready, you're going to lift your right leg, bending your knee, finding those taps for your right side now. Inhale, lowering down, tap the ground. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lowering down. Exhale, lift. Slow and controlled. For 3 more. Staying strong through your left leg. Last one. Lowering all the way down, leaving your knee stuck underneath of your hip. We're going to go into those right arm lifted, left leg lifted, windshield wipers. Slowly lifting over, staying strong through your core, pushing through your left arm. If this is too difficult for you, feel free to arc your leg and tap. Remembering to stay strong. For 2 more. Last one. Staying straight, keeping your fingertips pointed forward. We're going to take those baby pulses. For 8, lifting, lowering. Keeping your balance. Arm and your leg all the way down, pushing back into a well-deserved child's pose. Deep breath in. Rolling out your wrists if that feels comfortable. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, pushing up, finding that tabletop position, uncurling your toes, pushing through the heels of your palms, finding another downward dog. One more deep breath in. Exhale, walking your hands to that forward fold, hooking onto your elbows if that feels comfortable. If not, feel free to freely hang. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to roll all the way back up to standing. Reaching up to the sky. Taking those little side bends. Stepping your feet to the outside of your mat. And go back into those squat leg lifts. Either bringing your hands down to prayer, bring them all the way to your hips, slowly lowering down to the point of tension in your glutes. Exhale, lifting up, finding power, lifting your right leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Slow and controlled. Feel free to go slower if you'd like to increase the intensity. And lift. Go ahead and stay standing. Bring both arms out. Finding our starfishes again. Lifting all the way up. Using your right glute. 3 more. Staying strong and balanced. You might find that one side is better balanced than the other. Last one. Exhale, coming all the way back into standing. Sending your left foot out. Finding that warrior 3, not falling. Staying strong through your right foot. Exhale, lowering all the way down, finding that deep lunge. Keeping your knee stacked over your right ankle. Deep breath in, we're going to lower. Exhale, lift. Deep breath in, we're going to lower. And exhale, lift. For 2 more. Last one. Go ahead and stay in standing. Lifting your leg up, finding that tree pose. Or staying here. Option to increase intensity. Remembering to stay planted through all 4 corners of your feet. Looking for a stretch through your hips, challenging your balance. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting all the way back up, staying planted, and rolling into that forward fold. Good job. Take a deep breath here. On your exhale, you're going to lower your palms to the ground, interlace your feet. You're going to come down, just sitting on your bum. When you're ready, you're going to lift this hand over your head, walking this hand forward. Anna's favorite, we're going to come down and then lift back up. We're just going to work towards opening up our chest and deepening the stretch here with every time. For 4 more. Three. Remembering to breathe. 2. When you come back for your last one, you're going to extend your arm all the way back. Trying to find just a little bit deeper of a stretch. Roll out your wrist if that feels comfortable. For 1 deep breath in. And exhale, maneuvering all the way over to the other side. Going back into those bends. Working towards trying to open up your chest. For 2 more. And last one, extending your arm all the way to the ceiling. Holding here for 1 big deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to come all the way back, extending your feet all the way out, still lifting your arms up, trying to open up through the chest here, using your abdominals and twisting side to side. Slow and in control with your breath. Taking a nice pause and center if that feels right to you. Challenging your shoulders to stay strong, while also trying to deepen that twist. Holding here now. at center, using your left hand, twisting to your right, reaching for your right foot, and coming all the way back up, still trying to stay open through your chest. Doing the same thing with the other side. Using your breath. For 3 more. Last one. Go ahead and lift your knees all the way up to your body and go for a nice rock. Still staying in control, but giving your shoulders a break. You're almost done. Go ahead and rock one more time. And all the way back up. Sending your palms behind you. You should feel this in your triceps, the back of your arm, pushing up, lifting through your pelvis, finding a reverse plank, holding here. If you'd like to challenge yourself, feel free to bend your knees a little bit and walk them forward. Nobody feels challenged. It's okay. Go ahead and hold here. Just lift. Deep breath in. Exhale, lowering all the way back down, pressing your forearms behind you, lifting up your knees, using your core here, letting your legs fall all the way out, not touching the ground unless you need to, bringing them all the way back in. You should shake just a little bit so you feel a little bit of a burn. Do this for 2 more. Last one. And hold. Fluttering your feet if that feels comfortable to you. Deep breath in. 6 more seconds. And lower all the way back down. Pushing yourself up. Grab your feet. Deep breath in. When you're ready, slowly lowering back down all the way to your back. Bring your knees up close to you. Lift your right leg. Hook it over your left. And grab onto the back of your left hamstring. Feel free to rock side to side if you're looking for just a little bit of added flow. Deep breath in. Exhale, let your hands fall to either side of your body, dropping your hip to the left. Still keeping both shoulders on the ground, but looking for a deep twist through your lower back. Slowly trying to deepen that stretch. When you're ready, coming all the way back up to center, unhooking your right leg from your left, lifting your left, and hooking it over your right, grabbing onto the back of your right hamstring. Option to rock side to side if that feels comfortable. try pulling your leg just a little bit closer to you. Exhale, extending your arms to either side of your body and letting your hips drop to the right. Still trying to keep your shoulders planted into the ground. Deepening that twist on every exhale. When you're ready, feel free to meet me back in center, unhooking your legs, placing the soles of your feet together, letting your knees fall to either side of your body, one hand over your chest, one hand over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Bring awareness into all four corners of your body. Try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, paying attention to the back of your head pressed into the mat. You might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Slowly letting yourself sink further and further into the floor. That brings us to the end of today's class. Feel free to stay and stretch if that feels good to you. Congratulations on making it to week 3. Thank you all so much for coming, and I look forward to seeing you all again on Thursday.